Good morning, everybody. This is Margaret with Alabama Prepper. I hope you had a wonderful Memorial Day. I did not get to get on my camera and talk yesterday. We had sickness in the family, and we also was real busy doing different things. There wasn't but just a few of us here yesterday. One of my sons and his wife had went to up north for the weekend, and uh, some were working and some was sick. Like to ask you to remember my oldest grandson in your prayers. He's been sick for about 3-4 days. They've done a lot of tests on him. They're thinking it's his gallbladder, but his doctor had been out of town, but he's coming back today. But the doctor went ahead and ordered an ultrasound. So if it is his gallbladder, then, he said, we'll go ahead, when he gets back, he said, we'll go ahead and do surgery immediately. We have the most wonderful surgeon, I think it's Breton Associates of Alabama, I think, but Dr. Stafford is our surgeon. I have my 3-year-old grandson here. He's over there in the chair eating and watching his tablet. I told him to be quiet, but I don't know if that's possible. But anyhow, we have a great surgeon, so he'll be back in this afternoon, so maybe we can find out something tomorrow. He's hurting real bad. He can't eat, so if you would just say a prayer that he can find out what's going on. I hope everybody had a good day yesterday. Had plenty to eat. We didn't have anything special, but we did make a freezer of Butterfinger ice cream, and it was good. But I have been doing some videos, and at the end of the video, I have been talking about how I grew up. We were poor people. We did have a roof over our head, and as long as I can remember, we did have electricity. We did have running water, but other than that, we had none of the necessities. And I guess you could say we were blessed to have that. We could have not had a roof over our head. We could have been living out on the street somewhere. But anyhow, my childhood was really bad. But anyhow, I have told you a few things about my childhood, and I think I had got up to the house where we moved to our house that we lived in until I got married. There were 6 of us. I had 2 brothers older than me and 2 brothers younger than me. My oldest brother left, I don't know, before he graduated school. He went to live with the grandparents. And then when he graduated from school, he went on in the Air Force. My brother next to me, he was in school. He went to work at Winn-Dixie part-time. He managed to get him a car. And, but anyhow, he graduated, and he became the manager of the Winn-Dixie stores in our area. So he ended up really with a good job. I graduated, and my husband now, we had went together 2 years, and so we both knew that when I graduated school that, we were going to get married. So we did. We've been married 52 years. This year will be 53 years. My sister graduated, and my sister she married a farmer, and don't do that, and they have done well. They have a bulldozer business, or I guess you call it contractor business, and she has done really good. My brother, younger than her, he was a guard for the correction uh, center that was nearby. He retired from there. He graduated and he retired from there. He got a real good job. My baby brother, he finished school and he was more into like contractor work. He's done real good. He can fix anything that he wants to. Even though we lived like we lived, none of us except the oldest brother, he became a alcoholic. He went to Vietnam 3 times, and once he retired and came home, he came down with the Asian orange, which is the real bad cancer, and he died. It's been about 8 or 10 years ago that he passed away. But as I've told you in my previous videos, we had a hard life. We moved to this house. It was a 3-room house. There was only 3 rooms in it. We did not have an inside bathroom. We didn't have an outhouse either, but we were so poor, and it was just the way we lived. But anyhow, my mom went to work. She got a job working nights, and she worked every night. Me and my sister got up. We took care of all the cooking. Mom worked like Monday night through Friday night. Me and my sister took care of all the cooking. On Saturdays was wash day. We had a wringer washing machine, and we had 2 tubs. We washed the clothes. The washing machine was on the front porch. It didn't matter if it was 32 degrees or 100 degrees. We had to wash clothes. So we washed our clothes. We put them through the wringer into 1 tub and rinsed it. And then we put it through to the second tub and rinsed them. And then we wrung them out. And then we had to go hang them up on the line. That's how we washed our clothes, outside with a wringer washing machine. We had to do it. There was Daddy, Mama, and 5 more of us at home, so we had 5 that we had to wash clothes and take care of on Saturdays. We had a fireplace. That was our only means of heating the house. It was so cold in the house till we set gallon jugs in front of the fireplace, trying to keep the water from freezing, but just about every morning when we got up, the water was froze. So we could take water and put it in the boilers and set it on the stove, and then the next morning get up and turn the eye on and melt the water. Like I said, my dad was he was an alcoholic. Family stuff was not important to him. He wouldn't cut wood for us. In the afternoons, whenever I got off the school bus, yeah, no, you go back over there now. Go back over there, I'll be through. Okay, I thought the FedEx truck was coming. Okay, we lost a cup. We had to go get another cup, so it's a little bit hectic around here. Sit down.
It's on my sock.
Take it off. But anyhow, I apologize. 3 years though. But anyhow, we had 2 young men that was really good to help us out. In the afternoons, me and my sister and those guys we would all go down in the woods with wagons, and we'd fill that wagon up, and that was for our fire the next morning. A lot of times my dad, we slept in the front room where the fireplace was at, and a lot of times during the night, my dad would build a fire and use half of our wood. You know, although he wouldn't get it for us, he'd use half our wood. So you know, it was just, you know, it was just really frustrating and all. But Mason, don't do that. Don't do that. But anyhow, you know, we made it. We made it through the winters. I was to get married. I was going to finish school in July. I was going to finish school in May, and then my daddy. And this was just something that happened. It was just all the time. But we had to, my mother left with us. It had got so bad. My daddy had got to where he fought my mom all the time. But I had the oldest brother that was there, kept him off of Mom. But then he got to where he fought that brother. I mean, you know, he would just say some terrible things to him. So Mom finally got the four of us and moved in with the grandparents at that time. But that brother would not leave. He was, you know, he had managed to buy his own car. He had a job at Winn-Dixie. But I was to get married, like, I think it was July the 24th. Well, in the meantime, we were moving out. Mom was going to move out with us. So anyhow, me and my husband now decided we'd get married earlier. So we put our date for July the 9th to get married because, you know, Mom had to move out of the house, and it was better for me to go ahead and get married. And then, you know, that would just leave the grandparents to have to help take care of three. So my date was for July the 9th. My sister was going to be my bridesmaid. Me and my sister are best friends today. I mean, I love my sister, and, you know, we are just best friends. She came down really sick, and they actually thought she had tuberculosis. They had quarantined her. Go sit down. They had quarantined her, and she couldn't get around anybody. And I hated to get married, you know, and her not being my bridesmaid, but it was just, you know, so confusing. So anyhow, my brother, the law came to the grandparents' house and asked them, did my brother own a such and such car? And, you know, my mom told them, yeah, and they said, well, we found this car down at the Twin Bridges. And the man that was in it was drunk, and we've arrested him and took him to jail. Well, my mom went berserk because she was afraid he had done something to the brother, so we did not have a phone there, so she had to start calling for somebody to go to the house to wake him up to make sure he was alive. They got him and took him back to the Twin Bridges so he could get his car. My dad had hot-wired it. So anyhow, you know, other than that, the car was not hurt. So my daddy was in jail when I got married. And then my sister met a guy, and she got married in October. And Same thing when she got married. My dad had got on a drunk and they had to arrest him. He was in jail when she got married. We had a very hard life. We were, when I say we were poor. I know there's a lot of people that's a lot poor. Some people don't have electricity. Some even don't have a roof over their head. We did have that. Mama worked enough to pay the light bill. But we had a very hard life. Me and my sister learned to sew. My grandma would give us flour sacks, and we would make our clothes out of flour sacks to wear to school. We could sew them. We were both very, very small. We were like 94, 96 pounds. Our clothes were beautiful. We could sew them so good, anything we wanted to. But yet we were made fun of in school for the clothes that we wore. I had solid red hair and I had freckles. I still have freckles. I was made fun of because I had red hair and freckles. That's what they did back then. Our clothes that we got, the mailman, his daughter would give me clothes, and we had some clothes, other than the flour sacks we made. But today, I could survive. I've been through it and I've done it, and I could survive really hard times. And I think my oldest brother now has memory loss, so he's in real bad shape. He still knows who we are, but he's going downhill in a hurry. But other than that, we could survive. We survived growing up. We could survive most things that came along in this world. But how could other people, that's never been through something like that, that's never had it hard, it would be hard for them to survive and everything. But anyhow, just wanted to share this with you today. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for all the wonderful comments. The comments are just wonderful. I've got almost all of them, but what came in yesterday, I don't have it. But thank you so much for watching my video, for watching my channel, for all my new subscribers. I love each and every one of you, and you have a blessed day.